Welcome to Voices for Justice with Danielle. A brutal crime, 4 young lives cut short, and a suspect who seemed to appear out of nowhere. The Idaho 4 murders shocked the nation, leaving us with one burning question. What really happened that night? November 13th, 2022. A quiet college town wakes up to horror. In the early morning hours, 4 University of Idaho students, Haley Goncalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, are brutally stabbed to death in their own home. But what makes this crime even more chilling? The 2 surviving roommates were home through it all. Let's rewind to the night of November 12th. Kaylee and Maddie were at a local bar, the Corner Club. Xana and Ethan spent the night at a fraternity house. By 1:56 a.m., they were all home. What happened next would leave an entire country searching for answers. At 1:30 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie ordered late-night food at a popular food truck. A man in a hoodie loitered nearby, but police later cleared him of suspicion. A short time later, around 4 a.m., Xana received a DoorDash delivery. Just minutes later, someone entered the house, and the massacre began. The attack was swift, brutal, and targeted. The coroner confirmed all 4 victims were stabbed multiple times, likely in their sleep. There were no signs of forced entry. Dylan was sleeping on the 2nd floor, along with Xana and Ethan. Kaylee and Madison were located here on the 3rd floor. The dog was also located on the 3rd floor in a room by itself. Let's move around and see through the walls into the kitchen to the back slider and look at the time frame. At 4:04 a.m., the suspect can be seen trying to park his car. At 4:09 a.m., approximately 5 minutes later, he enters the house through the back slider. At 4:18 a.m., he leaves the house after committing the crimes. At 4:20 a.m., he's caught on camera driving away at a high rate of speed. All of this only took 9 minutes. Let's watch what that looks like. The suspect enters through the back sliding door and goes upstairs. Here, we know what happens. Downstairs, Dylan is sleeping. The noise from upstairs wakes her up. She thinks it's Kaylee playing with her dog. She gets up and goes to the door and looks out. She sees nothing. The suspect then continues down the stairs about 3 minutes later. He then heads to Xana's room. Outside, there's a security camera picking up some whimpering, cries, and a thud at 4:17 a.m. We've learned that Xana was found on the floor, which might explain the thud. Dylan again hears something and looks outside her door. She sees a suspect walk right past her and leave. At 11:58 a.m., a 911 call is placed from one of the surviving roommates' phones. Officers arrived to a scene so horrifying that first responders described it as one of the worst they'd ever seen. For weeks, fear gripped Moscow. Who could have done this? A stalker? A jealous ex? Or a complete stranger? Then, a break in the case. Investigators pieced together surveillance footage, spotting a white Hyundai Elantra circling the neighborhood around the time of the murders. A car that would lead them to a shocking suspect, 28-year-old Brian Kohberger. Kohberger, a PhD student in criminology, was arrested on December 30th, 2022. But the real bombshell? The evidence linking him to the crime. A knife sheath found next to Maddie's body carried DNA that matched Kohberger. His phone had been near the victim's house multiple times before the murders. And his car? A match to the one seen on security footage. But did he act alone? And more importantly, what was his motive? Kohberger maintains his innocence. and his trial is set to be one of the most watched in history. Could he be wrongly accused? Or is he a criminal mastermind who thought he could outsmart the system? As the trial unfolds, one thing remains clear. 4 promising young lives were stolen far too soon. And the truth? It may be darker than we ever imagined. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.